If you're an online fitness coach right now and you're stuck under 20K a month, doing everything you think you're supposed to do, posting content, running your DMs, maybe running some ads, hopping on sales calls, but the numbers just won't move. This video is going to change that, because what I'm about to show you is the exact roadmap, the exact system I use and teach my clients and we implement for clients to hit 50K a month in their businesses. And I'm not talking about posting 6 times a day or cold DMing 500 people per day. I'm talking about the laziest, but that means the most efficient path to 50K a month as an online fitness coach in 2026. So I'm going to reverse engineer the exact numbers, show you the tools, and give you the step-by-step so you can map this out for yourself by the end of this video and start making money by tomorrow. So let's get into it. So first things first, we actually need to break down the map, because if we don't have a goal, we don't know where we are actually going. So we would recommend to charge at least 3 to 5K for your offer. Why? Because we can scale a lot faster. As you can see, depending on how much you charge, if you charge 5K, you only need 10 clients to hit your goal based on these metrics from ads, which I will show you in a second how much you will need to be spending on ads to hit 50K per month as well. But first, we need to get very clear on the offer. So lock in your offer before anything else. First, we need a very specific avatar, not anyone who wants to get fit, not a busy professional, but a busy dad 35 plus making 100K per month plus who wants to lose 30 pounds, or female entrepreneurs who want to get lean and build muscle. Then we need a clear outcome. So for example, lose 20 pounds in 90 days is 1,000 times stronger than get in shape or lose weight. We need a very specific result in specific time frame. And lastly, like I said, the price 3 to 5K, because then you only need 10 to 17 clients, and on all of your ads, which I'll talk about in a second, you will be significantly more profitable. And fewer clients but better clients equals better results, better testimonials, better retention, and more referrals as well. Now the key here is to always pitch the Stripe or whatever your payment processor is, financing options, right? Let people pay in installments, which means you collect more upfront. You can use Affirm, Klarna, all of these platforms that pretty much allow people to pay later, but you collect everything up front, which is how you will be able to charge 3 to 5K without breaking the bank for people. Now, if you don't have a document that goes into immense detail on your client avatar, exactly who you want to target, we put together this document. You can just copy this entire document, paste it into Claude, and Claude will essentially interview you, and it will help you put together a document outlining exactly who you want to target, their pain points, their goals, your offer, your unique mechanism, which will allow you to charge this 3 to 5K. Check the first link in the description, is going to be right there. Now, how are we actually going to be getting leads? We need to be posting once per day, and it's freaking easy. I will show you exactly how. There's a combination of awareness and conversion content. So as far as awareness, we have connection content, we have subcategories. We have connection content, which is your story, behind the scenes, opinions, day in the life, because if you're just another coach online, nobody will want to hire you, because everybody can compete with you on price. You have to be yourself, and people will be choosing you because you are you. We also post awareness value, which means widely relatable tips, hot takes, fitness trends. So I'll show you examples. So this can be an awareness value post, right? Super relatable. Anybody that is on a fitness journey can relate to this. It doesn't even matter if they're on a fat loss journey or they want to bulk up, right? It's very, very relatable. That's why you're going to get a lot of views, but it's going to be a very broad audience, which means only a handful of them will be your ideal clients, but you will attract them. Now, to convert those people that comment from these awareness posts, you need conversion content, which means first things first, conversion value, which is targeted how-tos, which means like step-by-step value, specific strategies for your specific client avatar that you defined earlier. And another part of it is proof content, which is client transformations, testimonials, case studies, but also including a lot of proof in your value post, even in the awareness post, because you can just say, hey, this is how you can lose 20 pounds in the next 90 days. And this is the exact strategy that my client used that got results like this. And you put like a before and after. So this is what you say after the hook in the video, which still adds proof, but it's super quick, right? It's below the perception threshold. People are going to still watch it because they want to see the value, right? But it will subconsciously signal to them that, hey, this guy knows what they're talking about, because, well, they get results. To give you an example of conversion piece of content, this can be an example.
Just 8 months. Not only did she hit her goal weight, she also got rid of the loose skin that she hated. And in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how we did it.
As you can see, pretty much you explained the story. This is like a 100% proof post, which means it's not really going to get views, right? Nobody really cares about this client. As much as we love this transformation and we love people changing lives, like, people are very selfish. They don't care about some other transformation, right? But if they are already aware that you're a coach and they are on the bottom of the funnel, which means you have top of funnel awareness, then you have middle, which means like nurturing, and then bottom of the funnel where you actually convert people. if people are in the middle / bottom of the funnel range, they're going to need these types of posts to push them over the edge and apply for coaching, right? Because it's going to give them that final push that, yes, I want to apply, I want to learn more. And at the end of this video, you can say, hey, if you want results like my client, DM me this word or comment the word coach, and I'll send you the details on my coaching. And you will see that if you do this properly, if you do this often enough, you are going to be getting these comments and these DMs. As far as how to do it, like how to execute it, because it's once per day, for some of you, it might feel like a lot. I would recommend posting 2 to 3 times per day ideally, but posting once a day is a good starting point. So you want to batch record 15 reels per sitting, which means you only need to do this twice per month. From there, you can hire an editor for anywhere from $10 to $25 per video from the third world countries, and it's very affordable, and it's going to be the ideal choice if you can afford it, which will equal to about like $300 to $750 per month. Or you can just use Submagic or CapCut AI. There's a lot of AI tools these days. They're not going to be as good as an editor, and you will still need to put in your time to do it, even if it's not a lot, because most of the work is done by AI. You will still need to adjust certain things. So I personally would prefer to hire an editor, but it's really up to you and how much you can afford. Now, what's the split of which content you should be posting? You should be posting just as much awareness content as conversion content, or 60-40, a bit more conversion content, right? It also depends, because I'm going to show you how to run ads in a second. So if you run ads, you actually don't need as much awareness content, because you're going to be getting awareness and traffic from ads. But if you don't run ads, you actually will need to more lean onto the awareness content, right? Because you somehow need to be generating new traffic. But if you run ads, you don't really need to worry about that. You can post more of conversion content, more of yourself, your true opinions, your reactions to different videos, to some like myth busting, to some bullshit that you see on Instagram. You can do reaction videos, and this is going to be relatable. And then you don't really need to care so much about views and likes, because you already have traffic from ads. Now, in the middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel, you are going to be converting people using Instagram stories. So the easiest schedule right here for you to follow: Monday, hard call to actions; Wednesdays, freebie call to actions; and Thursdays, soft call to actions. So Monday, you directly ask for clients. You use a poll or like an engagement sticker, as you can see right here, like the fire emoji. And this pretty much allows you to DM everybody that applies from that poll or from that sticker. So a poll can be, for example, if that's you, vote here, I'm in, send me the details, I'm interested, can I get more info? The third option can be no thanks, because you still want to get votes from people that are your haters, you are not interested, because it's going to signal to the Instagram that this story gets engagement, and it's going to push it to even more people. So you're going to utilize your haters as well. But key here is to delete all previous stories before posting this one. And don't post anything else for 12 hours after posting this one, because it's going to maximize the views on this specific post. So again, you do this on Mondays. Then on Wednesdays, you do freebie call to actions, which means you want to offer a free resource, and you can automate delivery with ManyChat. There's a separate video on the channel on how to set this up. 50% of the time, you want to add a soft pitch, which means you send the freebie, and then below that, in the ManyChat, you add, PS, I'm looking for 5 women that want to lose weight, get in shape for the summer, DM me coach for more info. That's what you want to add about 50% of the time. You don't want to add it always, but you are going to be pretty much baking hard call to actions into freebies, right? Which means you are still going to be pitching people. And another great thing about freebie call to actions is obviously you start conversations with leads that are struggling with something, that are pretty much ideal clients, right? Because, for example, you release like a free Costco list, as you can see right here. Well, all of these people most likely want to lose weight, right? That are DMing you or applying from this freebie. Otherwise, they wouldn't even DM you in the first place, right? Which means they are your ideal clients potentially. So you can DM them, qualify them, book them on a call, which is the goal. So again, 50% of the time, you can attach that PS I'm looking for, and the other 50% of the time, like 3 to 4 hours after sending the freebie, you can just follow up, by the way, like I'm just curious, what is your biggest goal right now? Something like that. They're going to react to it, they're going to get back to you, because they appreciate the value that you shared with them with this freebie. The law of reciprocity is going to be activated, right? Now, lastly, on Thursdays, you post soft call to actions. This can be a poll or just like a social proof post with PS, I'm looking for some clients, DM me for more info, or if you want results like this client, vote here. And then you can put, yeah, I'm in, send me the details, pretty much like on the hard call to actions, but it's kind of like a social proof post. You kind of like put a poll very low, where it's not as pushy. It doesn't feel like you're trying to sell them. It's more like, hey, if you want results like this client, you can vote here. You know, it's a lot softer, hence why it's called soft call to actions. Or you can do a poll like this: what are you struggling with most at the moment? My training is this, my nutrition, consistency, you know, I can't get myself to the gym, my sleep, whatever. And then everybody that votes, hey, I struggle with nutrition, again, they are potentially your ideal clients, because they are struggling with something. They're on your page. You can DM everybody from this poll. Now again, the key rule is that the call to action story should be the only active story. There shouldn't be any stories before it. Like if you have any stories active, it's Monday, you forgot, just delete these stories or like archive them, post this one and unarchive, if that makes sense, the previous stories. It's super key that this is the first one because it's going to be the first one that people see, which means it's going to boost views, it's going to boost engagement as well, which means Instagram is going to push it to even more people. So that's how you generate leads with organic. But as we know, organic is unpredictable. We don't want to stay on the mercy of the algorithm, which means we want to be running ads on a smaller budget at first. So how much do you need to spend? This is the most common questions I get. It depends. That's the best answer right here. If you want to spend more, that's great. If you can spend $1,000 per month, I would say the starting point would be $30 to $50 per day minimum. Now, if you have a 70% show up rate, a 33% close rate, that means if you spend $1,000, and looking at the KPIs I'm going to show you later, you are going to get about a 3x ROAS with a $3,000 package obviously right here. Now, if you spend more, you'll start with $100 per day, which would be the ideal starting point, to be honest with you. You can book about 20 calls. Shows would be about 14 shows. We also need to account show rates. And then for closes, 33%, which means you close about 1 out of the 3 calls, and you're going to make about 12 grand. So you can see a 4x ROAS. And the more you push it over time, the more you can scale it. That's what's great about ads. As you can see, you can get to 100K per month. Obviously, there is caveats to this, but you can get here. And with organic, it's not as predictable. But with ads, yes, you can just keep pushing, and your revenue is going to be going up. And you're going to keep a pretty consistent ROAS. And as you can see, that's why I mentioned that it's super important to charge pay in fulls and charge a lot up front. Get pay in fulls, because as you can see, you spend $1,000. If you charge monthly, well, somebody would pay you 500, maybe even 700. You would be losing money automatically on ads, which doesn't make any sense. That's why you need to charge pay in fulls up front. So if you want to hit 50K a month, as you can see in revenue, that means you need to spend about 11 grand with a 4.4x ROAS, and that means front-end ROAS, cash collected, right? So that means like if you want to hit 50K purely from ads, you don't want to post any organic, this is how much you would need to spend. That's why I recommend to mix both organic and ads, because you can minimize the ad spend that is required, and you can hit, let's say, 30K from ads, or spend even less, hit 25K, 30K from ads, and then pretty much make the rest from organic or from renewals, right? From your existing clients. Now, as far as what ads should you be running, I would recommend DM ads. This is the easiest way to start them. There's going to be a separate video on like exactly how to run them, how to set it up. I'm going to link it right here. But as far as some basics, 8 to 12 creatives minimum. Based on the Andromeda updates, you need to be giving the platform a lot of freedom. You need to be feeding it with a lot of different creatives, with a lot of different pain points, a lot of different desires, pretty much a wide variety of different creatives. So this can be video ads, image ads, but it also divides into low production, which means like story style, selfie mode, raw, pretty much created like on stories, as you can see right here in this example. Or it can also be high production, which means like camera, like I'm sitting right here, like a very professional look, but it can be a selfie, low production, right? Meta has over 53,000 data points on every single user, which means if you think that you're smarter than Meta, good luck, right? You want to give it freedom and keep it broad, keep targeting broad. What's great these days is Meta is actually going to also retarget your warm audience automatically. You'll notice if you have a big audience right now and you will start running these ads, you'll notice that a lot of people that you will see DMing you will be actually people that already have been following you for a few months, which means it actually retargets people first and then it goes after a cold audience. So it's so easy these days to run ads. And as I said, you can get started at as little as 30 to 50 bucks per day and scale it up from there. Now, to show you an example, I'm looking for 5, pretty much a direct offer. This is pretty much all that you're gonna be running. Direct offers, DM me ready if you're in. So like I said, it really depends how much you want to spend, but from there, how do you actually convert those people? And that means for both organic and ads, you obviously need to have a certain DM system, a DM setter or an AI DM setter. I would personally use both if you can afford it, because it's going to be most effective, but you can use AI or a human setter. So as far as the AI, the cheapest option, the easiest option, there's a video on the channel on how to set it up. Use Closebot. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up. $64 per month, very affordable. There's a lot of different software and for AI setters, but they're going to charge you significantly more. And they're going to also most likely charge you for overseeing this AI bot. So it's going to be additional costs. And instead you can just get Closebot and it connects to Instagram, qualifies leads and books calls automatically. If you set it up the right way, again, if you just follow the tutorial, it's cheapest and most efficient option. And then ideally you want to also have a human setter. You can hire them from Online Jobs PH or from Honduras. And it really depends where you can find somebody good. Sometimes you can just look over your DMs. You probably have a lot of people DMing you, offering you DM setting, but from Online Jobs PH, you can hire somebody from Philippines, $650 base plus $2 of cash collected from calls they book. You can even try a flat fee per appointment that they book for you. But as you can see, 650 is pretty much nothing, because if you close somebody, you make 3 grand automatically. So you no longer need to sit in your DMs. Now, with setters, it's super key that you properly train them, because if you don't train them properly, it's not going to work. There's a separate video on the channel. I'm linking a lot of videos, but there's a separate video on the channel on the exact DM playbook, the exact process on how to approach appointment setting. The best approach is for CloseBot to handle initial qualification, and then the human VA handles warmer conversations, or the human setter works during the day, like 9 to 5. You hire them for 650, and then the AI setter is going to be working at night, if that makes sense. So you have a full coverage of your inbox. You always get back to people automatically, like at all times. The speed to lead is great, no matter the time of the day. So it doesn't matter what time of the day somebody DMs you, you will get back to them, you will qualify them, you will book a call. Now keep in mind that the DM goal is not to sell, like never sell in the DMs, is to book the strategy call and sell them on the sales call. Now I'm going to give you some secret sauce on how to literally double your revenue and how to make every single lead twice as valuable, literally, and I'm not joking right here. If you implement the proper post-booking process before, let's say you have a 65% show rate, a 25% close rate, you book 30 calls, you would make about 10K per month in new cash. And this is probably where most of you guys are sitting. Like, this is just what we see on average. And after you implement this, you have an 80% show rate, 40% close rate, and with the same 30 calls, you are going to make literally twice as much. I mean, literally. Again, I'm going to link another video on the post-booking process right here that goes into immense detail on how to set this up. But the base is having a right thank you page, video plus FAQ, plus social proof, where you pretty much tell people what to expect on the call, you overcome a lot of objections, and you set the right expectations, explain your program as well, which means on the calls, you don't educate them. These are not educational calls, they are sales calls. You just collect the money. You also want to keep engagement going after booking in the DMs. This is done by your appointment setter. You also want to connect with them on iMessage, like on an iPhone. You want to have multiple contact points for recovery. If they no-show, worst case, you can message them and they're going to get back to you because you already were in touch with them, not just on Instagram, right? Pretty much every evening you want to see who booked the call for tomorrow. You want to send them a video. Hey, how's it going, man? Just check the calendar. So we are booked in for a call tomorrow. I'm super excited. What we are going to do is go over your number one struggle in your fitness journey, your number one goal, and I will help you come up with a game plan to help you get to your goals. Bring a pen and paper. It's going to be awesome, man. I'll chat with you soon. Send that again via Instagram as a selfie video and as well on iMessage to just maximize the chance of them actually seeing it. Worst case, they can just let you know that they have to reschedule. Best case, you just increase the show rate, you improve like the overall connection, which means they're going to be more likely to show up and buy on the call. And lastly, you have a pre-call VSL, especially useful for leads from ads when you run ads, because this will help them to get to know you. You explain a bit more about your story, you overcome a lot of objections, set the expectations, you pretty much just put more gasoline on the fire from the thank you page optimizations. You pretty much overcome even more objections, you set the expectations, and you show them that the next logical step, if they want to achieve their goals, is to buy your coaching, which means if you send them this video before the call, they're going to be very likely to buy your coaching on the call. And these days, AI handles pretty much everything. You don't need a crazy team. As you can see, what AI can handle right now. First things first, use Claude for any scripts, SOPs, ad copy, niche research. There's going to be a separate video on the channel on how to script out content, viral content using Claude. CloseBot, like I said, $64 per month. You can test different software, but it's going to be significantly more expensive. Submagic.co or CapCut AI for video editing, captions, clean edits. NanoBanana for generating image ads with Claude, by the way, as well. This is a great way. If you can give some reference images of you, it can generate professional images of you as well. Now, what humans still need to handle and what I would recommend if you want to hit to 50K a month, what team members you will definitely need. First things first, some kind of virtual assistant. Again, you can hire them from Online Jobs PH, where you found your setter. $50 to $1,000 per month. The more you spend, the better person you will get, obviously. But you can pay somebody $5, $7 per hour, not a lot at all, and they can handle all the admin tasks for you, help you with onboarding. Again, like some kind of check-ins help, helping you with offboarding clients as well, onboarding clients onto Trainerize, for example, all of these like low leverage tasks, because the truth is that if you're making 20K a month, you should be delegating everything that is below like $100 per hour, because that's your hourly rate if you calculate it. So if you can delegate some basic onboarding stuff for $5 per hour, absolutely worth it. Next, you definitely will need some kind of community manager. Once you pass 15 to 20 clients, you definitely want to hire somebody that will keep your client group engaged. This way you can retain clients for longer because they feel like a part of the community. And once you get more clients, it's very difficult for yourself to keep up with everybody because you have so many clients, right? But this person is pretty much like a success manager for them. And lastly, you need an assistant coach. I know coaches that are coaching 50 clients themselves. So it depends on your kind of threshold, your stress tolerance, but you will definitely need somebody once you pass 20 to 30 clients. So this is your exact roadmap on how to scale to 50K a month. As you can see, it's pretty simple: organic ads, the right setting process, the right post booking process. It's very simple. It works. So this is the laziest, most efficient path to 50K a month as an online fitness coach. Not because you're lazy, because you're being smart about where your time goes. Now again, if you want some help implementing this, just click the first link in the description, learn more, watch the video, and if that sounds like a good fit, you can book a call and we will break down exactly what that would look like for your situation. Thanks so much for watching this video. Subscribe for more videos like this. Leave a like if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.